This Malayalam film is a masterpiece, which may not work for everyone, but you cannot deny the way it condenses the working of modern film industry into a singular narrative is just genius. This film in a way has just exposed the whole system, and I don't think Bollywood would ever want anyone to see this. So let's talk about Mollywood Times, directed by Abhinav Sundar Naik, written by Ramu Sunil. Now we know from his first film Mukundan Unni Associates that this director thinks very differently, and since then there was this anticipation for his next film. Will he do something similar or take a different route? And then we learn that he's making a movie about movies, which I always love. But there has to be a twist, right? Now the marketing material doesn't give away anything, so if you want to go in blank, just go and watch it. It's a big thumbs up from my side. But if you're still watching the video, I guess you want to know more, so let's do that. The timing of this film is a big coincidence, considering how at this moment Hollywood is being ruled by young filmmakers who have come from YouTube. The number one film at the box office right now is Backrooms, made by a 20-year-old. So to get a film which is talking about a young filmmaker wanting to make a film, it is a big coincidence. Mollywood Times is basically a biopic of modern Malayalam cinema. It is an expose of the practices which happens behind the scenes which audience never gets to know. Maybe there are some Reddit threads which are talking about it. This film takes on the lies which are built around cinema, the myth it has become. Because of the popularity of this art form, we have kept it a pedestal. Absolute cinema, this is cinema. A great piece of cinema can take it to nirvana. But this film questions that and also shatters it by showcasing the reality of what it takes to actually make cinema which influences the audiences. The director revealed in interviews that a lot of things which we see in the film are taken from his own life, how he fell in love with cinema. And I wonder what are the other plot points in the film that is from his own life. If not, they are definitely from someone else's life because they are based on real events. This film is portraying a journey of an upcoming filmmaker, and the way it squeezes all of it into the scenes without getting into montages, without it becoming just an event after an event in someone's life. In a singular narrative, we get to see all the politics that happens behind the scenes. The constant upstaging, the backstabbing, the plagiarism disputes, the insecurity between different people, the celebration of mediocrity, because it's the people with money who have the power over the industry, and the helplessness one can go through just to follow their passion. It's very ironic that such kind of a film is coming out from Malayalam cinema, which is known to be the best in the country, delivering best films every year. But the existence of this film tells you how far ahead this industry is, that someone can make such film without anyone sabotaging it, which the film itself is talking about. It is just too meta. Now I say this film is not for everyone because it is a very niche topic. A movie about movies is niche because there's a very small amount of audiences who are interested in what happens behind the scenes. For the general public, they just come to watch a story. They come for escapism. The film is targeted to the people who are totally involved into the movie business. This film is having a debate with you of what is filmmaking, how it is done, who owns an idea, what's the difference between thinking of an idea and executing it. Is making a film a team job or the director's vision? And all of these aspects, will lead to a lot of discourse online. It will divide many people. And that's a meta commentary the film goes into, which is also coming from the life of the director himself, the things he has faced in the past. So if an audience is devoid of interest in all of these things, I don't know if it will work for them or not, if they care enough to appreciate all these things. But as a cinema buff who's totally into the entertainment industry, for me, this film is a gold mine. Now the plot of this film is very self-contained. You don't need to know extra information from the real world to understand what's going on. Everything you need to know is in the film itself. Whatever is set up is paid off by the end. Now of course there are a lot of Easter eggs, and a big shout out to Vivek Ranjit for the subtitles, yet again doing a great job. And this is a hard one because there's a lot of inner monologue of the character, so there's a lot you have to read as the visuals pass by. There's one particular scene in the film where you see a lot of posts on social media which are all in Malayalam, and it's very hard to subtitle all of them to understand what they are saying. But in the subtitles they just mention what are these posts referring to. That's it. That's enough for you to understand. And it's a very small thing, but it enhances the experience of watching the film, especially for people who don't know the language. Now the way the film portrays a protagonist falling in love with cinema, it is very different than what we have seen in other films. Our character is getting affected by this movie theater experience. We see that sparkle in his eyes, but it's not internal, it's more physical. He's noticing the way the sound of the theater is affecting him, affecting everyone around him, the way the audiences are reacting to what they're seeing on the screen, this invisible control the film is having over the audiences. And that is the thing that moves him, that makes him understand what this is. That is the thing something that attracts him. And the breakdown of this experience visually is really good. And there are various brilliant moments throughout the film through which we see the evolution of the storytelling. The way the film depicts how a filmmaker understands if a scene is working or not, how he corrects it through editing, through timing, through rhythm, through momentum. We visually see what is a writer's block. The character breaks down why a script is not working. It's basically what we do breaking down films. All these topics are very well infused into the narrative. At no point feels like, there's a separate story going on and then there are these filmmaking elements the film is trying to talk about. They all are just bound together. They are inseparable. And I think what elevates all of this is the execution of the film. The unique style it has. There's a pinch of dark humor throughout. There's this wackiness to it which kind of gives a personality of the filmmaker itself. The way they have shot the film, the way the camera is used, the different lenses they have used throughout, the color grading, the editing during the inner monologue of the character, the use of the different spaces in the film. They're very much part of the story. They are landmarks in the narrative. Each location has a significance to it. The whole cast did a great job and there are some, surprising cameos also. But we have to talk about Naslin. It is easily one of his best performance. Like as you get into the film, slowly I forgot I'm watching Naslin. I just saw this character, Vineet Madhavan. The way he brought out this idealistic, obsessive artist in him, who's willing to go to extreme lengths to get what he wants. He's someone who's striking for perfection, nothing less than that. He's very rigid about it. And because of this stubborn nature, he doesn't understand the practicality of life. He'll not compromise on his vision at all. But the thing is, life is not perfect. It is unfair. And maybe that's what makes it interesting. Whatever obstacles you face, you just have to keep at it. And considering all the hardships the character face, I didn't expect the film will still end up being hopeful. Now the climax of this film is not traditional at all. We are so used to that structure that the end climax has to be a big bang, but that's not the case here at all. And it actually works in the favor of the film because that's what they were delivering. If the director of this film is anything like the character in the film, I just want to say that you have made a film that will be remembered for a long time. I can actually not wait to rewatch the film because there's so much in the film to absorb. We will definitely do a deep dive spoiler discussion on the channel, but till then check out this video next. Do let me know your thoughts about the film in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? Let's have the discussion and I will see you next time.